Hey, World History, this is Miss Corey. All right, today we're going to talk through the directions for the Unit 15 summative. So the summative will be on a slideshow template that I've already pre-made for you. I'm just going to walk you through what you need to do. So step number 1 is you're going to open up the Unit 15 World War II and Other Genocides in History slideshow template in Schoology. It is going to look like this. You will each get your own copy of the slideshow, answer the questions/criteria in each of the slides. On each of the slides, drag up the speaker's notes to see what you need to do. I also included the information here, but I'll show you how to find them on the slideshow itself. So this is very similar to like the slideshow that we did for the Chinese technology project, if you were with me for semester 1. Very similar. So for the first slide here, all you have to do is put your name. And then for slides 3 through 7, there will be no AI use. I will let you use AI for the slides a little bit later on because you're going to have to research certain genocides throughout history. But for slides 3 through 7, no AI can be used, just information from the class. All right, so slide number 3 is going to be about Hitler's rise to power. So to find out what you need to write for that slide, you're going to go and drag this little gray bar from the bottom up. And in the slide, you're going to include 4 sentences/bullet points of how Hitler rose to power and why people believe him, and then 1 picture pertaining to the information on the slide. You can find this information from lessons 2 and 3, so I also include that at the bottom of each of the speaker notes as well, so you don't have to like dig through and be like, oh, which unit or which lesson did that come from? I already got that there for you, so look at that. All right, slide number 4, World War II Europe. In 5 sentences or bullet points, summarize what happened in World War II in Europe, and then a picture as well. You will get that information from lessons 1, 4, 7, 8, and 10. And then World War II, Asia/Japan. In 5 sentences or bullet points, summarize what happened in World War II in Asia/Japan, and then 1 picture pertaining to the slide. You can get that from lessons 5 and 6. And then Life is Beautiful/the Holocaust, which we watched that movie. So in this slide, you need to answer this question. Which one character do you think was most affected by the Holocaust from this movie? Explain your reasoning with at least 2 specific scenes/details from the movie. And I'll be very picky on the details when I'm grading. Okay, nothing generic. Give me like specific scenes. And then 1 picture pertaining to the information in the slide. And of course, we watched Life is Beautiful in lessons 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then LGBTQ plus in the Holocaust. So in this slide, you're going to include 2 sentence/bullet points of information from the L15 reading of how gay people were affected in the Holocaust, and then 1 picture pertaining to the information on the slide. All right, let's switch back to the directions real quick here. So we went through all of that. Again, no AI or outside resources may be used for slides 3 through 7. Any AI or information not from the class content will be given reduced points, if not a 0. But for slides 9, 10, and 11, you will be researching a modernist genocide that happened after the Holocaust. You are pre-assigned which genocide you will be researching based on the first letter of your last name. See the chart below of what genocide you will be researching. So, if your last name starts with an A, you will be researching the Tamil genocide. B, you're going to do the Guatemala genocide / the Mayan genocide. C, you have the blockade of Biafra. D and E, you have the Bangladesh genocide. F and G, you have Ukrainian genocide, which is from 2014 to the present. There's a few Ukrainian genocides, so I had to specify that one. H, I, J is the East Timor genocide. K is Cambodian genocide. L is the Sabra and Shatila massacre. M, you're doing the Anfel campaign. N and O is the Isaac genocide. P is the Bosnian genocide. Q and R is the Rwandan genocide. S is the Darfur genocide. T is the Yazidid genocide. U and V is the Uyghur genocide. W and X is the Rohingya genocide. And Y and Z is the Gaza genocide. So again, make sure that you do the genocide that I have pre-assigned you based on the first letter of your last name. Okay? All right, so failure to not research your assigned genocide will result in a 0 for the section of the assignment, so make sure you get it right, okay? I hope you all know the first letter of your last name, so. All right, step number 4. You have two options for research. You can either use Perplexity AI. That's the AI tool that we used for the Egypt project last semester, if you were with us last semester. Or you can just research without AI. That's totally fine too. I know some of you don't like using AI. Me personally, I don't like using AI usually either. I usually just like to go to like Britannica and stuff. So either or is fine. But if you are using Perplexity AI, make sure that it is only Perplexity AI. Don't use any other AI stuff. So just make sure it's Perplexity specifically. Doing so will result in a 0 for the section of this assignment if you use other AI things like, I don't even know, like chat or whatever the heck else. There's a ton of them out there. If you don't remember how to use Perplexity AI, I'll have this video linked here on how to get started with Perplexity AI. And with whichever method you choose, you're going to fill out the question/criteria from the speaker notes on the slides. And I also have the information here. So let's jump back to the slideshow real quick. So I put a little note in here. Now you can use Perplexity AI to gather information for slides 9, 10, and 11. So for slide number 9, up here you're going to put the name of the genocide that you were assigned to. And then you're going to write down here the basic information about it. So the name of the genocide, where the genocide happened, when the genocide happened, who are the oppressors committing the genocide, so who is like doing the killing, who were the oppressed that the genocide was against, so who is being killed, and then one picture pertaining to the information. For slide number 10, you're going to put the name of your genocide back up here. And then what methods were being used to kill in the genocide? How many people died? Did the oppressors ever face consequences? So example, did they ever go to trial, get jailed, taken out of power, assassinated, or something on that line? And then one picture. And then slide number 11, again, put the name of your genocide up here. And then include the following information. So how does the genocide affect the oppressed lives in country today? Example, are the oppressed lives still living in the country? Do they have any freedoms today? Are there still tensions between the oppressed and the oppressors? Did the oppressed seek refuge anywhere? Stuff like that. Make sure you do that in a minimum of 2 complete sentences or bullet points, and then a picture pertaining to the information on the slide. And then for slide number 12. So in slide number 12, you must answer this question in your own words, okay? In your own words. Looking back at the information from Unit 15, the Holocaust/World War II, and the other genocides that you chose, what do you think humankind needs to do in order to never repeat the past with genocides? So this is your opinion, okay? You have to have a minimum of 3 complete sentences and then one picture as well. So you'll see that here. I put the directions also on the slideshow. And then in slide 13, if you use Perplexity AI, you're going to copy and paste the link to your question threads into that slide. If you did your research without AI, you're going to copy and paste the websites you used into the slide. But make sure you do that or else you get points reducted. So it's important to do that. I need to know your sources. Then check to make sure that you answered all the questions and then turn the assignment into Schoology. Optional, you can feel free to change up the background of the slideshow or keep it as is. It doesn't matter to me. I know some of you like to get creative. And if you have any questions, please let your teacher know ASAP. We are here to help. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Again, let us know if you have any questions. Bye.